Late this afternoon, San Diego police revealed the suspected gunman who was killed by officers was a 26-year-old man. This morning's shootings unfolded in downtown and later spilled into Little Italy. We have a team of reporters who have been covering this story from both neighborhoods since this morning. We begin with ABC 10 News anchor Max Goldwasser. Max?
Yeah, Kimberly, I'm at Juniper and India Street. This is, as you can see, one of the areas closed off as police continue to investigate. I'm told it will stay roped off until at least tomorrow morning. They're continuing to comb the area to make sure they have all the evidence. About a block behind me is where that shootout happened between Harbor Police and the suspect. But Kimberly, as you mentioned, this all started on Union Street downtown. It's about a mile away. And one of the questions that still remains is how the suspect got from there to here. But for more on what we do know so far, let's get on out to ABC 10 News reporter Spencer Soysher, just a block away over on Kettner and Ivy. Spencer.
Yeah, Max, this scene behind me has looked this way for most of the day. It's where the second of the two shootings happened at a little after 9 this morning. And behind this tape right here is the Crack Shack, a popular sandwich spot with chicken here in Little Italy. A lot of people like to come here during the lunch hour. That's where this violent and scary morning ended, with 2 people killed and a police officer in the hospital. It was about 8:20 in the morning when San Diego police say they got a call about a shooting at Union and A Street. When police officers got there, they say they found a 39-year-old man and a 31-year-old woman shot in a car. They later told us they believed it was a targeted attack. But the suspected shooter wasn't there anymore.
We quickly acquired a description of the suspect.
Police put out a call for their alleged suspect, a man in blue jeans and a green shirt. About 45 minutes later, San Diego Harbor Police found their guy.
A citizen flagged them down. Essentially what he described is that he had seen a male ducked behind an electrical box. That drew his attention to the male, and then he listened to the announcement from ABLE, our airborne law enforcement helicopter unit, and realized that this is probably the person that we were looking for.
San Diego police believe Harbor police officers and the suspect started shooting at each other. They say the man fired first, and multiple officers returned fire. SDPD says a Harbor police officer was shot in the thigh. The suspect was shot multiple times. He died in the hospital. As far as how and why this happened, police aren't saying yet. They haven't released the identities of the alleged shooter and the 2 victims either.
I believe it was targeted, but we're going to be gathering a lot of evidence from around that scene to hopefully pinpoint exactly what the suspect did leading up to it, during the shooting, and then after.
San Diego Police Lieutenant Judd Campbell, who you heard there, said that they plan to release more information about how this unfolded and the identities of the victims and the suspect once they're able to get in touch with their families. Reporting live in Little Italy tonight, I'm Spencer Soysher, ABC 10 News.
Yeah, and once we learn that information, we will pass that along to you. I'm now joined by ABC 10 News reporter Ryan Hill on the scene. And Ryan, you actually spoke with a man who watched this shootout unfold just down the street from where we're standing right now.
Yeah, Max, that's right. The man that I spoke to works over at a drive car service that is just right down the street from where we're standing, right behind the train and trolley tracks. And he was outside when this all happened. I want to warn our viewers, the video is graphic to hear and see, and you will hear gunshots. This man named Jonathan, who asked us not to use his last name, says that around 9 this morning he saw officers corner the alleged suspect on Kettner and Juniper across the way from where he was. This is what he heard.
The moment you hear the gunshots like rain, that was ducking time. The first thing you want to do is like protect yourself. Safety first, you know, over seeing everything, but I did want everyone else to see kind of like what I was able to see with my own eyes.
Now, Jonathan pulled out his phone and started recording as that trolley was passing by, as that barrage of gunfire happened. Jonathan says he's never seen anything like this happen in San Diego, especially in downtown. As soon as he heard the gunshots, he knew he had to take cover. Later on in that video, it also showed moments of when a K9 dog was deployed and also officers converging on that would-be suspect. Max?
Yeah, so it's a full 5-minute video. You have seen it play out in full. We just showed showed a portion of it for the viewers. But yeah, can you describe a little bit more what that video looks like until we get to the end of the incident?
Yes, shortly after the shots ring out, probably about 2 minutes inside of that video, you see the canine dog go twice towards the suspect, and probably about another 3 minutes go by, and then Jonathan did record of a column of police officers going towards the suspect on a single file, and eventually as they all get towards that suspect, they surround him, apprehending the suspect after the shots rang out.
You see him in the video ducked down behind the fence, a scary scene for people who work and live in this area, something they're certainly not used to seeing. What did he say it was like to watch this all play out right in front of him?
Very simply, he said it was unsettling, and it also reminded him of the very popular video game Call of Duty, hearing that many gunshots ring out.
Wow. All right. Well, thank you, Brian Hill, for the update. We also have an update on that Harbor police officer who was injured in the shooting. They are recovering at UCSD Medical Center in Hillcrest. The department's chief says she spoke to the officer right before he went into surgery. He was awake. He's alert, and he is in good spirits, so that is the good news tonight. His identity is yet to be released, but we do know that he has been with Harbor Police for 3 months. He was field training in the area. He is expected to be okay. Coming up at 5:30, we hear from neighbors who live near the scene of that first shooting. But for now, Kimberly, we will send it back to you in the studio.
And we're hoping the best for that officer. Thank you for the live update, Max.